Greetings, fellow TIs. In the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4, it says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds." So the enemy may have you in a state where you're dealing with a stronghold. It can be anxiety, it can be anger, rage, it can be many different things. So let's say one day I harass you, and then another day another stakeholder harasses you, then another one, and then another one. Well, that can cause anxiety because you don't know who that person is. It can lead to fear. It can lead to, feeling nauseous. It can lead to a whole host of health issues. It can turn into anger, manifest later as rage. Let's say you're a cop and you're being harassed one day by Lions Club, Kwanzas, Citizens on Patrol, a variety of different groups, Citizens Corps programs, a CIA contractor, a radical feminist group involving diversity and inclusion from a college, whatever. Then after a while, that target is frustrated. He doesn't know who these people are, what their agenda is, and that target could go out and buy a gun, react in a violent manner, and they'll harass you when you're drinking, you're eating out, maybe having a margarita, because they want you to explode. They don't want you to have any peace of mind. So the target is in a state where they may have all these different strongholds. They're stuck being anxious. They're stuck being fearful and being enraged. If you're a cop and someone's harassing you and you go to your police officers and they say, "Well, Bobby, it's a civil matter. We can't help you." They can keep harassing you. You have to sue, and you have to have $80 to $90,000 to sue. Go ask any attorney. So Congress doesn't help you with this. National security, FBI, DHS is all hogwash. They're actually supporting this. Not all members of Congress do, but some do. They already know. That's why they have DHS committees on a state level versus a federal one, because they have to get everyone on the same page. While these activities have been effectively linked to mass shootings, the requirements necessary, it's a part of the New World Order apparatus that we have here. The Central Intelligence Agency, I believe its true name is the George Bush Office or something of intelligence. So the Citizens Corps programs were funded by George Bush. This is just one of the components and of this gang stalking apparatus, and they're allowing citizens to mob people and terrorize them. And then when they react, there's normally a cop or a sheriff close by. I experience this every day in Texas. One time the cop drove his car 3 feet from the front door and telling people there's an operation going on. The person next to me was laughing this close from my face. So they're trying to get you to react. They're trying to promote violence. And when people don't know what's going on and when they're in this, a lot of TIs have gone out and they've bought guns. They have kids, they don't have criminal records, they want to protect their loved ones. So there's been violence. There have been people that have worked for cities that have been killed over this, cops have been killed, neighbors. So this kind of almost fulfills Bible prophecy when you hear about nation against nation. Actually, like where people go against each other, race against race. So this, I wouldn't say technically falls under that, but it seems like it does. Like you got neighbor against neighbor, and these people want to slander you, and they say what's necessary to get people to hate you. They'll call you a pedophile when you go taking a walk in your neighborhood, a thief at a store. They'll call you. They'll just make up all these different statements, and it's not considered a crime. It's considered a tort. Things that can get you killed are actually legal here. And if you study the term entrapment and you do research, you're going to find out that Citizens Court doesn't even fall under that. So it's really, really sneaky. They've legalized domestic terrorism. Everything that we're supposed to not be funding, we're funding. We're funding terrorism. We're legally allowing community mobbing. there's proof of this. There's proof that there are NSA and CIA are hanging up phones to DHS. And why would they do this if they're so much into homeland security, national security? Well, the reason why they're allowing this because it's a scam, and billions of dollars are going to defense contractors, diversity and inclusion, radical feminism, the LGBT. I mean, this is all tied to that, this New World Order apparatus. And the more groups that form, it requires more funding. And the system doesn't want this movement to stop. So if you're a TI, I encourage you guys to get into the Bible, get into something which will inspire you, because the enemy wants you to be in the state where you're not thankful. So you can be a Christian and not be thankful. You may go to get in prayer and say, God, help me, and then inside you're really not thankful. So when you're a Christian, it's really good every once in a while just to thank God for the blessings, even before you pray. Get in a state of gratitude, because if you go to prayer, God, I want this, God, I want that, God may not answer those complaints. God, I believe that God's more into answering prayers, not complaints. So you want to be in a state where you're grateful. So you may want to, before you really get deep into prayer, just start thanking God. Look around at what you have. I remember a while back I went on a family vacation to the Dominican Republic, and before getting to Dominican Republic, I seen Haiti and I seen poverty as far as the eye can see, and it looked like pieces of sheet metal just all the way around, tied with ropes as far as the eye can see. Unbelievable. I never seen so much poverty. So a lot of us have a lot to be grateful for, even if you don't have a car. Be grateful. Now, God has blessed me with some stuff. I'm not rich, but I'm actually considering looking at political asylum, because I have proof. It's a long list. Congressmen to FEMA to a bunch of agencies, not one response. So I started sharing my information with foreign governments, letting them know that this is my name. If I move there, or if I seek political asylum, just want to let you guys know this is what I've gone through. So that way they hopefully won't lock me up, because a lot of countries, they put you away separately until you go through their immigration process, or until they get you processed so they can give you a card, so that way you can be able to rent, work, whatever. Every country is different. So you want to really look at immigration laws, what's going to happen to you if you go that route. Hold on one second. I think my camera's about to shut down. Anyways, peace.